With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 1 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The light is only one attribute of God, not perfect. You have to hear also the sound. Now, you may ask me, why is it? Even though your inner eye is open, it has the same effect as the outer eyes, meaning you can only see the front or whatever direction you look at. Now the ears are not the same. Even our physical ears have a multi-dimensional purpose. Now, our inner ears are also the same. It can hear from all directions. Therefore, we become all-knowing. Understand?
Yes.
Please stay with us for this enlightening lecture.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws.
Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
Animal!
Rebellion!
Animal!
Rebellion!
Omställningshjälp till Sveriges bönder! Annars går planeten sönder! Omställningshjälp till våra bönder! Annars går planeten sönder! We are unstoppable!
A plant-based world is possible!
Växtbaserad mat! Räddar vårt klimat! Omställningshjälp till Sveriges bönder!
Annars går planeten sönder!
Vad vill vi ha? Växtbaserat! Vad vill vi ha?
Växtbaserat!
När vill vi ha det? Nu! När? Nu! När? Nu!
Nu!
There is nothing ethical about the egg industry. If we wouldn't put a baby chick into a blender ourselves and then turn the switch on, then why are we paying someone else too? Is the taste of eggs really worth the deaths of billions of baby chicks? Ed Winters, also known as Earthling Ed Vegan.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. When your friend turns vegan to help our animal friends, you could say "Tusen tack," which is 1,000 thank yous in Swedish. Delightful viewers, I am Ingrid. The fair-minded Swedish people appreciate all the helpful and benevolent deeds you do for people and our animal friends. May everyone quickly awaken to the loving vegan lifestyle for a peaceful pandemic-free world. Sweden has long been known as a free-spirited, peace-loving neutral country endowed with breathtaking landscapes and enchanting natural sceneries. Half its land surface is covered with forests and nearly 100,000 lakes dot the countryside. The country has tens of thousands of islands along the jagged coast, of which only 1,000 are inhabited. The warm Gulf Stream in the Atlantic gives Sweden a milder climate than other areas equally far north. Stockholm, also referred to as Beauty on Water, is the capital of Sweden and has both the sophistication of the city and the charm of a village, offering a lively metropolis boasting a rich cultural heritage that lies comfortably within its pristine natural surroundings.
Making peace. Being vegan. Helping others. Sure, action speaks louder than word.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world. The needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady, and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with share. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is a beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, come on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.,
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching
and South America,
and keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real, lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Gusi Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet. And it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
The United States has been graced on many occasions with visits from Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan. In 1989, in response to the earnest longings of spiritual truth seekers, she traveled to the country to impart her wisdom and insights. In this fascinating lecture, Master expounds on various topics, including ways to discern true masters from false ones, attaining our highest inner potential through the Kuan Yin method, and our true self's faculty of omnipresence. We now invite you to join us for part 7 of this enlightening lecture titled How to Acquire Your Inner Highest Potential Power, Questions and Answers, given by Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan in San Francisco, California, USA on May 24, 1989.
We pray for Ukraine, or you reign.
So in China, also in ancient times, most masters, they had to hide themselves and teach only a small, discreet group of disciples that dared not go out in public. The more famous, the more difficult to get this master. So in ancient times, to get enlightenment was something very far out of reach. Also, the communication and the transportations were not as good as our present time. Therefore, in ancient times, the disciples treasured the master's teaching because it was very difficult to get. Very difficult to get even one line of it. In our present time, there are more advantages in communication and transportation. But then, it also requires the public's karmic affinities, meaning we have to sow a lot of good deeds together in order to make a good atmosphere, to lift up our mental understanding, our own consciousness, in order to accept something new, something that we have not been able to understand before or have not heard about before. This is also difficult. The transportation, the communication doesn't mean anything that could help us. It helps us a little bit only. It can bring me from Taiwan up to here only. But then the acceptance has to come from people's mentality, from their own level of understanding and their own level of consciousness. Now everyone has a different level of consciousness. Therefore, a doctor will think differently from a garbage collector, or an engineer will think differently from a taxi driver, maybe like that. Now, from the outer appearance, both of them look the same. A taxi driver and a doctor both look the same, except when they wear uniforms. Otherwise, they look the same. But inside, there's a different knowledge. The taxi driver doesn't know much about medical problems. He doesn't know how to cure a person's sickness. The doctor can. He can look at your face. Some doctors are so good. He just looks at your eyes, your face, he knows where your sickness is. And some Chinese doctors, they just feel your pulse and they know exactly where the sickness is. And some are even better, they just look at you and they know where your sicknesses are. And they don't need to feel your body or diagnose or hear your heart or anything like that. This is a different degree in the same field even. So the same with average people. Everyone has different thinking because of different backgrounds, different previous lives backgrounds, different education, and different environmental effects. So it is no doubt easy for us to accept the fact that someone is more intelligent than someone else. And there are even some who are greatly intelligent, and that's very easy to understand. And this great intelligence is like that of Jesus Christ, Buddha, Confucius, or Kongzi, those ancient famous masters. Now, if we can accept that these ancient famous ones are great in wisdom, then we can also accept that at present there are some who are also the same. Because we human beings do not change. Since ancient times, we also have a nose here, 2 eyes there, and a mouth in the middle. Maybe your skin is white and mine is yellow, but in general, we are the same. And even then, in Western and Eastern countries, since ancient times, there are many masters like Socrates and Plato and so many more. Huh? Yeah, that's it. We can name only a few because some of them are not famous. Most of them, I can assure you, most of them are not famous. Because they hid themselves, they didn't have enough time to hide, let alone to be famous. Only Jesus was famous. Why? Because they crucified him and gave him advertisement, free advertisement. Yes. So up to now, the price is that 2,000 years later, people still know his name. And Buddha, because he was a prince, he had a noble lineage. People already knew him before he became Buddha. Of course, everybody wants to come and learn with a prince who has become enlightened. He had already the advantage of being a noble being. It is like that. So both of them are a little famous. And then Confucius, he went from one nation, from one king to another to advertise his doctrines. And some of the kings and the great mandarins, the high government officers believed him. Some of them believed him and made him famous. Once you associate with this kind of society, high society, you very quickly become famous. Is it not so? If they believe you, they promote you. Especially in ancient times, the kings and the government officers are all there is to it in this world. They have destinies in their hands. So it was very easy. Other people are not so famous because they were not known to the public, although worshipped by their circles of disciples. If they don't leave any doctrines behind, or if they don't desire to leave their teachings behind, then we won't know. Even if some of their collected works were left behind, they are not necessarily safe with time. Things became destroyed and burned, and all kinds of disasters will befall this kind of enlightened persons. I think I talk too much now. I think I will let you talk. If you have any questions, you are welcome now. Many questions? Would you prefer to come and ask yourself, or would you let our people read it so everyone can understand? Is it better to read it? All right, thank you. Okay.
Can I?
Do you understand her English as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
perfect. Good.
There are so many who claim to be masters. How can we know which ones are true masters so that we will not be
Deceived.
led astray?
Yeah. This is very sincere question. Yeah, very sincere. Very straightforward. Now I will tell you. It's very easy. First one, the real master will not accept any donation for her of his own use. He or she lives from her own hands. That's the first question. Because God only gives, doesn't take. Have you ever seen God come down and take any offering from you? No. So if the one who proclaimed to have God's power within, he represents God, he works for God, he must have this God attribute. He must not take any offering for his own private use. His or her, whoever, I don't care. And then the second attribute is that he or she must give you some proof of enlightenment. For example, if she says, or he says, anyhow, he or she, I don't know what it is. Inside there's no she and no he. That master, if she or he proclaims that she has the light, then she must also give you the light, give you proof that you can see the light and you can hear the word of God, the word is in the Bible. Yeah? Whoever can give you proof of these two, the light and the word of God, the vibration of God, then you can believe. Otherwise, how do you know he or she has anything? It's like somebody says to you, I'm a millionaire, I have a lot of money. And then you want to see a little bit of his money, say, you believe in me, it's enough. It's not enough. Yeah? At least he should show you a credit card, a check. Yeah? And if he is even generous, he will give you some. And then that can be of any use to you. Otherwise, he talks for 100 years, he has money. What is the use for you? No use. If you are thirsty, you are hungry, but he gives you no financial help. That is a useless millionaire. Whether he is a millionaire or not, we care not. These are the two conditions of knowing if it is a real master or not. First, they don't accept any offering for private use. Second, he has to give you some proof of the inner enlightenment. He has to give you a light. Guru means light giver, darkness remover. Every day you see darkness, if he gives you light, that is a guru. And then the sound you must also hear, because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. If you don't hear this sound, mean you have no contact yet with God. The light is only one attribute of God, not perfect. You have to hear also the sound. Now, you may ask me, why is it? Why can we not only see the light and have to also hear the sound? Why do we have to use it hearing method? I may tell you. Our physical eyes can only see one dimension. I mean, in the front. If you want to see here, you have to move to the left. If you want to see the right, you have to move to the right. If you want to see behind, you have to turn completely. Now, our inner eyes are similar. Even though your inner eye is open, it has the same effect as the outer eyes, meaning you can only see the front or whatever direction you look at. Now, the ears are not the same. Even our physical ears have a multi-dimensional purpose. You can hear from above, you can hear from beneath, you can hear from right, from left, from behind, from the front. Is that not so? Yes. Now, our inner ears are also the same. It can hear from all directions. Therefore, we become all-knowing. Understand?
Yes. Russia, go home.
Turn vegan? Oh, heaven's door is open wide, waiting for your return.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Honduras is one of them. Honduras, Animal Welfare and Protection Law. This law, approved in 2016, prohibits dog people fighting and makes harmful acts towards the animal persons punishable with 3 to 5 years incarceration, making Honduras one of the first Latin American countries to penalize animal individual cruelty with jail time. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
Enchanting viewers, thank you for your presence today. For words of wisdom, please join us again tomorrow for
How to Acquire Your Inner Highest Potential Power, Questions and Answers, Part 8 of 11.
Coming up next is Harvesting Rain, a sustainable water solution, right after Noteworthy News. May divine love inspire us to show kindness and compassion to others.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते हैं कई भाषाओं में। कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule और suprememastertv.com/WOW।